Hi everyone. I wanted to give a little walkthrough verbally of the portfolio package that's going to be required of you for our final exam. Now, this is something that is required of every student that takes Writing 101 at Highline. So it's not some special form of punishment I've created just for you, don't worry. Now, our version is going to be a little bit different because this is, of course, an online class. So you're still going to have the same things due, just in a slightly different format than the cover letter prepares you for here. So let me walk with you through the package that I've kind of put together to help make sense of the writing portfolio as it pertains to my classes. So on the first page here, you get a letter that was written by the writing department at Highline. I didn't write this letter. It's, again, one that goes out to all 101 students. Particularly, you want to pay attention to the 4 items here in the middle. These are the actual requirements. Again, everybody has to do this. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit in more detail about each one of these 4 things. Okay, so the first one is a reflective letter discussing the first 2 items in your portfolio. Essentially, this is a cover letter. I'm the only one that's going to read it, so you can address it directly to me. It can be Dear Alexis. And it's going to talk about the other 2 elements that you know already are going to be in that portfolio. Let me scroll down a little bit to the second page, which has more information on the cover letter, the reflective letter. There are 3 things here, we want to cover in this letter. You need to tell me what's in the portfolio, what the other 2 pieces are, name them, give them some kind of identification. Tell me what's good about these papers, what you're really proud of, what you think has worked well, things that you've worked on over the quarter. You also want to talk about what things aren't working maybe quite so well. Now, I know this seems odd, you don't want to point out the flaws of a paper to the person that's going to be grading it, but really it works in your favor. It shows me that you understand where the weaknesses are, and if you had more time in a perfect world, you would go back and fix them. If you just ignore the things that aren't working perfectly, that means that it makes me think that you don't understand that they're there. And so it actually works in your favor to point them out to me. So that's the cover letter. It's usually just a page long, double spaced. Doesn't have to be too lengthy or detailed. If you scroll down to the 3rd page, there's a sample cover letter. This is actually one, again, coming from the department, not from my classes. A little later on in the quarter, I will have some samples that come from my classes for you. So that's the first thing. The second thing in this portfolio, an essay that you completed during the course that your instructor evaluated that you had the opportunity to revise, include only the final revision. So what this means is you're going to take one of the assignments that you've already gotten a grade on and revise it one more time since I've last seen it. So if you turned in something for a graded revision already, you'll need to take it one further additional step. Now, from my class, there are really 4 assignments that you can use for this project, for the revision. You can take the 3 descriptions of place essay and knock it up to even further. You can take the cultural analysis essay and put it in a revision format. Or you can do either timed writing 2 or timed writing number 3. In case you don't have those saved on your computer, I'll actually open those back up for you so you can see what you wrote. And you can, again, carry those further, work them out. Honestly, these are somewhat the easier ones to revise since they were kind of short and you've had more time since they've been done to think about them and work on them further. Alright, that's the second one, a revision. The 3rd piece is going to be a brand new essay that I have not yet seen. I have a prompt for you. It's included a little later on. I'm not going to grade this essay except for as part of the portfolio. It's considered part of the overall thing. It's not a separate item. So if I scroll down to the last page of this packet, here's the actual information on that persuasive final brand new paper. This is stemming from the cultural analysis essay again. This time it's going to be an argument. You're going to choose one particular item in that stemming from your culture, in some way related to your culture, that is debatable. Things aren't 100% agreed upon. So you're going to persuade everybody to agree with you on the subject. And we'll talk about this more in coming weeks. You're going to turn in a rough draft again. We're going to do a peer review again. You'll notice that the turnaround's a little bit tighter. For the peer review, you're only going to have a couple of days to do the peer review. I'm sorry, that's just kind of how the schedule worked out this time. There are a few things here. We're going to use those logic, emotion, ethics tools that we've been talking about already so far. You're going to write this essay towards someone that disagrees with you, so you are reaching out and trying to change their mind firsthand. You're going to do research again. This time I'm asking you to use at least 2 sources, one that supports you and one that disagrees with you, so you can kind of argue against that other side. You can use more than that. Those are just the minimums. Finally, you're going to give the reader something specific, concrete that you want them to do as part of this assignment after they finished it, so they don't just forget about it and walk away. Give them something specific to do as your conclusion, probably. So I'll let you look over the details of that. That's the 3rd item. The 4th item in the portfolio is going to be here, the essay you wrote during your final exam period. We are not going to meet on campus for our final exam. I'm going to set up this part, step number 4, as a timed writing assignment, like the ones you've done already. So when you're ready to do it, it will be available, and you'll have 2 hours this time to write it, so you have a little bit more time. These prompts come from the writing department. I don't create them. I don't know what they're going to be until the day before, so I'll give you some examples in the next couple of weeks of what past prompts have been, so you can kind of have some idea. They don't require outside research. They just require your own experience, your answer to the question. So you can kind of ignore the stuff here that says bring items 1 through 3 to the final exam. You know, again, you're going to turn all of this in online. I'm going to have separate submission boxes in the assignments category for you to do so. Yeah, I guess that pretty much takes care of it. One thing to note, this is a big deal. The writing portfolio, you have to pass this portfolio itself in order to pass Writing 101, no matter how good your grade is before going into it. If you don't pass the portfolio, you cannot pass the class with a 2.0 or higher. Doesn't guarantee, even if you do turn in everything, that you will pass with a 2.0, but you have to have it in to even qualify for that. If you don't turn in any part of your final portfolio, that means it fails and I can't grade it. So you have to turn in all 4 pieces in order to pass this class. If you have any questions about any of this, take a look over it. We're going to be talking about it in the discussion board. And you know me, I'm always available for emails and questions and comments. So take a look over everything. I hope you feel pretty good about it, feel pretty confident about it. I've got suggestions for revisions here on the 3rd page. So take a look at those that might come into play too. Okay, good luck. I know you all can do it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Have a great afternoon.